Brian Stills.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Courtney Foster.
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, help me with your name, Latyrus?
Latyrus Butler, yes.
Latyrus Butler, for $1,577. You say she owes you as a part of a roommate agreement for unpaid rent, utilities, and loss of deposit?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Stills, why don't I start with you?
Okay.
Tell me how you met Miss Butler and how the three of you decided to move into an apartment together.
Basically, I knew Courtney from school. We both went to Georgia State. Ty was Courtney's roommate at the time. We decided to go to spring break together, Panama City, and Courtney was looking for an apartment.
Me and Ty were roommates before.
Okay.
We did stay in student housing. We had separate leases there, though. In May, we started looking for apartments, and the price of living in Atlanta is kind of expensive in the inner city. So we decided to bring Brian in as a good, we knew he was
And get a
responsible.
3-bedroom apartment.
Right.
How much was the rent in the 3-bedroom apartment?
It was $1,099.
$1,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment?
Right.
Wow. At that rate, I could afford to live in a mansion like Juan. It's pretty good.
It was pretty cheap.
And the security deposit was how much?
$300.
$300. And so the agreement was you would split it 3 ways.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that this is what you wrote in your complaint about spring break, about Miss Butler. You said she was wild and slightly irresponsible, but I didn't think much of it because it was spring break.
Correct.
So what does slightly irresponsible mean to you?
I saw her get drunk. I saw her throw up multiple times. So basically, I saw a lot of different sides of her.
But you deemed this as slightly irresponsible, still okay to room with and get an apartment with, right?
Correct.
Okay, so here we are. What month and year do you sign the lease?
We signed the lease in July of 2015.
And the agreement is you would split the... How was spring break, by the way?
It was great.
It was fine? You survived? You survived? Okay, so from what you remember, it was great.
It was fine.
Okay.
Everyone had fun. I mean, I wasn't the only one being irresponsible. I mean,
Slightly irresponsible.
Yeah, slightly irresponsible, yes.
So getting beyond spring break, we're now July 2015. You guys get the great deal on a 12-month lease, but you don't last very long in this lease.
Yes, ma'am.
What happens?
We paid our deposit, and the leasing office said, hey, we know you paid your deposit, but so we don't have to prorate you guys, could you go ahead and pay August? So seeing that I was able to pay August and they were not, I decided to, hey guys, I'll go ahead and pay August.
So you covered August for everyone?
Yes.
And did you pay him back?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you pay him back?
Yes, ma'am, I did. It took
Okay.
a while, but yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what months do you say she missed? Why are you suing her for 3 months of rent?
Well, the 3 months comes down to November, December, and January.
Okay.
But before then, I guess October. And this is where, she still owes me money from the August when I paid for everybody's rent.
Okay, so she had not paid you, you hadn't paid August at that point?
I didn't pay him back fully, but later on that month, yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay.
In full.
And she, so we're all sitting down talking, and she talks about getting her hair done. And she found somebody that would do it for $150. I'm like, okay, wait, you still owe me $150, so that's messed up that
So
you're
did
gonna
she
get
get
your
her hair done with the $150 or did she
No,
pay you?
ma'am, I gave it to him.
no,
I'm
ma'am.
asking him a question. Why do you keep talking out of turn?
Because I feel like it's not fair,
Well,
and I'm upset
you will
about it.
get your
I apologize.
opportunity to speak. I promise you will.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming up, the roommates reveal a questionable contract in court.
You signed an agreement to pay these 3 months. So you're agreeing to this. You don't have to do that. You
I
don't
didn't
have to
read
sign
it,
the agreement.
honestly.
What?
I didn't read it, which wasn't smart.
Well, that's not their problem.
And later, a dispute over a used car that turned out to be undrivable.
The mechanic said that there's errors internally with the transmission and that it needs to be replaced.
Bad transmission.
Correct.
Take me to what happens at the end of October.
Well, we have another talk at the end of October. Apparently her hours were getting cut at her job. So we were like, well, how about we all just go ahead and move back home since we can't pay your part every month for like 10 more months. So she decides to agree
But you'd
with
only
us.
paid her portion for 1 month at this point, and that was August, right?
Right.
That's
Brian
correct,
only
but
paid
we
her part.
also had issues of money, like for utilities and stuff.
There was also issue with you. So were you struggling during this time period?
Yes, ma'am, and they knew that prior to this. They knew I was struggling. They knew, okay, she doesn't make a lot. I worked fast food, so I didn't make very much. I made $7.75 an hour.
So what decision do you come to about the lease? You decide to break the lease, right?
Right.
Each of you will pay for 1 month of rent to get out of the lease, and you'll all go your separate ways and live somewhere else.
Right.
They
Did you
decided
have a
without
discussion?
We actually agreed to this. Ty agreed as well as us to go ahead and put in the agreement.
She also
Wait,
signed
you
the
signed an
paper.
agreement? You signed this agreement?
She did.
They told me that if I didn't sign the agreement, we would have to pay an extra month, which of course I
Let me
didn't
see the
have.
agreement.
Incorrect.
Well, this was at this point though. You signed an agreement to pay these 3 months, so you're agreeing to this. You don't have to do that. You
I
don't
didn't
have to
read
sign
it,
the agreement.
honestly.
What?
I didn't read it, which wasn't smart.
Well, that's not their problem. And you're old enough to know if you put your signature on a document, you need to know what it says. So I don't accept that excuse. That's like saying the dog ate my homework. It's not acceptable in this courtroom.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
I see two
Yeah.
signatures on
I didn't
here.
sign.
Okay, so you didn't sign it.
Correct.
Okay, but the two of you sign it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Although I didn't sign, I went to go talk to the leasing management, and basically they said, since you put it in now, you have 2 months. So you have November and December, and you have to pay for January.
Right.
Which
So you
because
stayed
you're-
there November and December.
Correct.
Right.
So the only
We
month
did.
that you did not live there was January.
Correct.
Okay, so you lived there November, December?
No, ma'am.
No.
Where'd
I left
you go?
in November. Honestly, I was barely there because I was pretty much living with my friend because he would help me. I was still like having all my stuff there and I was still
So you were
paying on
basically-
bills and everything. But
Okay.
it's just, I didn't have enough, I wasn't making enough as they knew I was struggling.
Listen, you're all struggling. You're all college students. No one has any money. I've been there. I've done that. I've lived through it. Okay, you're all struggling. I get it. But at the same time, you have responsibilities and obligations. And under the law, you're still a part of this lease. You signed this agreement that you would vacate at the end of December. Your stuff's still there anyway, so by law, technically you're still there even if you're not spending the night there. So under these circumstances, you have to pay your portion of the rent for those 3 months. You know, you don't get to live anywhere for free. It happens. We all have struggles. We all go through it when we're in college, but this is what you owe. They decided to bring the lawsuit. I have to enforce the law. $1,577, verdict for the plaintiffs.